going on,
again.
Pops?
It's on again, baby.
Yep.
Salam
We back.
alaikum, son.
Walaikum salam, Pops.
You know what, baby? You got the African product.
Yes.
Yeah.
African drip. The
Salute.
traditional clothing. Yes, sir.
I had to still keep in New York, though, man. You know what I mean? Got to still.
Word. Yeah.
Indeed,
For
indeed.
sure.
How you doing, son?
Doing well, Pops. Can't complain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salam alaikum.
Welcome. Yes, sir. Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of TwoTreys podcast.
In the
It's
house.
me, Son Trey, and always with me is Pop Trey.
Salute. Can't
Yes,
separate.
sir. Pops.
Can't separate us too much. Too far.
No,
Indeed.
not at all. Pops, you want to go ahead and let them know why we do this every time we go on?
Every time we go on, man, and I gotta say one thing. You know, we went on last time on the 19th of your birthday, and what a special treat that we provide the people. Sophia Stewart, creator, owner of the Matrix and Terminator franchises. Salute. But we do this podcast mainly, specifically to bridge the gap between fathers and sons, between the youth and the elders, to build bridges between actually not to build bridges. I'm sorry, to bring truth to falsehoods, and also bring the community of Black people together. With this podcast, we try to do that for everybody else. So, enough respect.
Yes, sir. And I'll say this: it's a blessing that we've decided to do this, and I'll say, like, from our very first episode, I looked at it as a success, and we've definitely been keeping on that momentum.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
just happy to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, son. Me too. Right now, I'm getting a phone call from your great Uncle John.
Oh, word.
Your great Uncle John.
Word.
All right, so hold on a second.
He
Uncle John.
was just about to get in the honorable mention, so he should be one of them.
Uncle John. What you doing, buddy? What's up, man? What you doing?
I just called Joey and they want a password number.
Oh, you need who?
I said I just called Joey
Uh-huh.
and they asked me for a password number. The operator.
Oh, shucks, man. You don't want to do that.
I said I don't want no password. They never asked me that before.
Right. You want me to text you her number directly?
So I got a phone number.
Okay.
They won't and it rings, but they won't let me through until I give them the password.
Okay.
I never heard of that.
All right, so let me all right, Uncle John, me and Trey is on live right now. We're live.
Well,
We're on the internet. You don't know.
all right, I'll check with you later.
All right. Love you, Uncle. Sometimes we gotta give the elders our respect, man. You know.
No, absolutely.
That was your great.
Hey, Pops,
great Uncle John.
I said before you answered the call, I was like, he should have been our honorable mention for today.
Oh yeah.
Blessed man, for sure.
Oh yeah. Not just him, but all your great uncles.
Word.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It was. Well, we're gonna get into that later on.
Yeah, and I would say it's a blessing to have great uncles, and
Yes.
then what I'm saying, and I've been blessed to meet my great times 3 times 2 grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Yeah.
Times 2. Yeah. But look at your nephews, Legend and Caleb. They have their great grandmother.
Word with Nima.
You know what I mean? With Nemo, yeah. It's 4 generations. You know? So, we definitely extend our seed and see our seed grow to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. You know what I mean? This family is truly blessed, man. Honor.
Absolutely.
Honor. But we do have an honorable mention.
Yep, getting back to the show, guys.
Yes.
Our honorable mention today is going to be Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa. I don't know if any of you guys heard of him out there, but he's definitely a role model of mine. I've known about him for quite some time,
Yes,
and
indeed.
you
Yes,
know,
indeed.
I just want to be able to share what I know about him with you guys as well.
Right, right. Well, those who don't know him, go ahead and fill him in, son.
Word. So there's a picture of him,
Ah,
and let's get into his bio. So Mansa Musa the First was the ninth Mansa of the Mali Empire, one of the most powerful Western African states. He has sometimes been called one of the wealthiest people in history, though his wealth is impossible to accurately quantify, and it is difficult to meaningfully compare the wealth of his historical figures. At the time of Musa's ascension to the throne, Mali in large part consisted of the territory of the former Ghana Empire, which Mali had conquered. The Mali Empire consisted of land that is now part of Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, the Gambia, and the modern state of Mali. Musa went on Hajj to Mecca in 1324 and traveled with an enormous entourage and a vast supply of gold. En route, he spent time to Cairo, where his lavish gift giving caused a noticeable drop in the price of gold for over a decade and garnered the attention of the wider Muslim world. Musa expanded the borders of Mali Empire, in particular, incorporating the cities of Gao and Timbuktu into his territory. He sought closer ties with the rest of the Muslim world, particularly with the Mamluk Sultanate and the Marinid Sultanate. He recruited scholars from the wider Muslim world to travel to Mali, such as the Andalusia poet Abu Ishaq Ali, and helped establish Timbuktu as a center of Islamic learning. His reign is associated with numerous construction projects, including part of Djigouber Mosque in Timbuktu. Musa's reign is often regarded as the zenith of Mali's power and prestige. We salute you, Mansa Musa. And I just want to say
Mansa
about
Musa.
him, boss. Like I said earlier,
Mhm.
he's definitely an idol of mine because of not the fact that he was so wealthy, it was incomparable for us to calculate today.
Right, right.
But the reason why he decided to obtain that wealth, and you can see through his actions that it was all about giving back to the people that gave him the power in the first place.
Indeed. Indeed.
So yeah, he's definitely one of my idols, someone I respect very much. And here
So
at
he
TwoTreys
was-
podcast, yes sir.
Absolutely, Mansa Musa, salute. So, but he was actually, I mean, he was the richest man alive, right? Or in history, correct?
To ever exist.
To ever exist. Wow. Yes.
And to make his the amount of money he had was so much
Right.
they can't quantify it. It's
Right,
unquantifiable.
That means there's no mount to count.
Exactly.
There's no number.
Right.
There's no ending number that he had of money. It was everlasting wealth.
Right. And when he went on his Hajj to Mecca, on his way there, he, like they said in the bio, he had an entourage with him.
Right.
But and the entourage was carrying his wealth with him, part of it.
Wow.
And so he gave away so much of it that
Right.
the countries that he was passing through, their economies were going through inflation because of him just giving money to the people.
Right.
That's how much influence he had.
So that means
Just in his charitable events would
Right.
crash economies.
so that means people had more money. Well, people had more money to spend, which then created the inflation.
Right.
Sort of like what Biden did with the whole $1,400.
Word. But instead of
And-
1,400, think of it like he gave everybody $1 million, or probably
Right.
more than that.
Right. Makes sense. So going into Africans, and specifically here in America, Black people in America, I want you to pull up something. The whole Kyrie Irving situation, if you don't mind. Pull it up, son.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Kyrie Irving.
Oh, the Kyrie story. Where?
Let's talk about it for a second. Kyrie, salute. Stood your ground. You know, stood for what is right for yourself. And no matter who said what about you, you didn't move off of your square, brother. You know, so assalamu alaikum, and peace and blessings to you, beloved. But you definitely are, excuse me, somebody that we should definitely touch and give nothing but credit and respect to. So let's talk about it, man.
Where I got the video pulled up for us.
Fair use.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and say that.
Please hit the like and share, subscribe button, so you will get the latest TwoTreys podcast notification. Because you never know when Sophia Stewart is going to come, but she is coming back. Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to call her a friend now. You know.
Absolutely. Blessing.
Also, to add on to what Pop Trey was saying, like, comment, subscribe, and also if you guys are truly loving of the show and want to show your appreciation through funds, we do have our donations link in our description box below. So just hit the description box and you'll see the PayPal link that is attributed to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So please, if you guys want to make a donation, you'll be more than, we will love it, man.
Anything's appreciated.
This don't come cheap, yo.
Everything's appreciated. We love
absolutely
every donation, and enough respect. They definitely goes towards the channel, and it definitely, we definitely show.
Because I mean, look what we've done so far, and
yeah,
if we just get the support, monetarily speaking,
right.
that will just contribute to being able to give you guys even more content, more of what we all want to see.
Indeed.
All right, so I'll go ahead and pull up the video for us.
Fair use.
All right, big news for pro sports teams in New York. Mayor Eric Adams expected to change the city's private sector vaccine mandate to allow exemptions for athletes and entertainers. This per multiple reports. This move obviously clears the way for Kyrie Irving to play in home games in Brooklyn. It'll also allow unvaccinated Yankees and Mets players to play in home games in the Bronx and Queens. The Athletic reports that Kyrie will be eligible to make his home debut Sunday against the Hornets. Let's get some insight. Bring in CBS basketball analyst Avery Johnson, a former Nets coach. Avery, this is...
Pops, you want to keep playing it, or I think
nah. I just wanted, to get the the gist of it.
Word, no problem.
Look what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look what happened. A man stood his ground, didn't budge, didn't bend, didn't get broken. Salute, Nick. Peace and blessings to you, brother. I'm here to shop, tags, healthy runners, drinking my good, healthy, nutrition tea. Come on, get some, bro. But yeah, my man stood his ground. And patience, and more patience produce a positive result for the brother.
Absolutely.
We can all learn something from that, brother.
Right. Absolutely. It points to the fact that it's a great example to me about what a leader is, It's
Indeed.
when you have a difference of opinion that opposes what the masses believe and you choose to stand face against it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna, and as we saw with Kyrie, you're gonna face all the criticism, all the backlash that you will ever hear in your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your friends will become your enemies, and it's a hard road. But like as we've seen with the Kyrie story, if you stand behind your convictions,
Mm-hmm.
eventually, the truth is going to come to light, and your justice will be given to you. Now we know with Kyrie, he wasn't able to play home games,
Right.
which got him the scrutinization from his peers, some team members, and reporters who were reporting
Haters.
on. Yeah, they were upset because he chose to not do what they wanted to do,
Right.
and it's not even that; it was just the lack of respect of that man's choice.
Right.
They the what they try to do in the media, and his critics were trying to, make him feel like his freedom of choice should, like, wasn't the right choice. Like, he has that freedom of choice, and that it's not your place to say he made the wrong choice.
Right.
Right. But luckily, as we see, as all stories play out, when there's honesty and honor involved, he got his way at the end. So I want to hear what they have to say now, because you know what I'm saying.
Too.
Y'all gave him all this hate, and I think he was getting death threats. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
To his family and all that.
For sure.
Now what?
Now
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, again, like you said, kudos to him.
Yeah.
For being a man about it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen any videos of Kyrie lowering himself to the standards others decided to lower themselves to. So all respects to him.
Right.
Word.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And those voices that was going against him, you know what I mean? Those are it from individuals who are well respected in the game of the NBA and outside of the game. And they were from our own people, our own community. You know what I mean? We're not gonna go into the whole jab, you know what I'm saying? We already know what it is. We already know, we see and hear the results of those jabs, you know what I mean, months down the line after receiving it. So it's going to get worse before it gets better. But for those who didn't take it, those who did, I pray for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
I pray for you.
I mean, my stance on it for this again is just the freedom of choice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong for taking it, and I'm not gonna say you're wrong for not taking it.
Oh, not at all.
That's not my place. And that's been my biggest issue with this whole thing, is people making impeding on other people's freedom of choice.
And
I don't understand where that mentality is coming from, and
right.
we call ourselves America,
Right. And the news and the media are propagandists, and they use those tools, the media, and what have you, to instill fear. I mean, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? You either going to listen to those around you that were who subjected themselves to the fear, or you were going to listen to those who did not subject themselves to the fear. And who are you listening to? Who are you listening to versus who is giving you advice and wisdom that has genuine care and love for you, and has proven those words that they have genuine care and love for you throughout many generations and many decades. You have to subscribe to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad through his guide now, Warner teacher and guide, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he told the world, before the jab came out, don't take those jabs. And depending on who you adhere to, you took those words and you stood fast on it. Or you took the words from somebody else and you were misled and pretty much scared out of your brains and did something that you was only afraid to lose something. Good luck. Good luck.
Or
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean with Kyrie and a lot of people throughout this pandemic have been given the choice between choosing between their livelihood
right
and taking the the V. Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
it's just it's strange to see, but I'm happy about this decision.
Right.
Again, I don't subscribe to the fact that I believe that people shouldn't take it. I believe you should do whatever you believe you should do under the knowledge that you have at that time. So,
and that's what it boils down to, son.
All right.
Your knowledge of what it is, not the fear of losing the job, not the fear of can't go on the plane to go to a vacation, not the fear of anything that she was going to lose if you didn't. So what? That's what's called sacrifice. I mean, come on, people. This is not the show to beat up on anybody that took it. Let me get that clear. You know what I mean? We're not using this as a beat up those who took it type of time or show. You know what I mean? We just, commenting on the actual facts. You know what I'm saying? And never the one to say, I told you so. Because I wasn't the one that said it first. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did. I just said, I'm going to listen to my leader, teacher, and God. You, on the other hand, somebody else out there said the opposite. Well, you appointed somebody else as your leader, teacher, and God. That's all to say. Who's right? I think that's being proven.
Word. All right. Let's go ahead and get into. I know we wanted to talk about this earlier. We did an amazing thing last episode, and again, I'm just pleased to have that be a part of my life experience and be able to tell that story. We had Sophia Stewart on our show.
Right.
She came on and she definitely enlightened us to a lot of things that we were kind of aware of, kind of not.
Right.
Answered all our questions and then some. So Pops, anything you want to go over about what she had spoken about?
Yeah, man, there's a lot to go over.
I got some, for sure.
A lot to digest, a lot to have, go back. I had to watch it over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I watched it like 3 times over.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of information was given, provided, a lot of wisdom, a lot of truth. I mean, everything was true. Everything can be proven to be true. You know what I mean? And that's what I loved about it, is the fact that, it hit my soul. And it confirmed for me that my ears are being guided by the right voices, or I am allowing myself to be guided by the right voices. Voices like the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. Voices like Sister Sophia Stewart. You know what I'm saying? Other voices too, not maybe on that high level of spirituality, but there are other voices out there. Also, I will put on the level of that spiritual voice, Grandmaster Jay. Now, I know a lot of people may disagree, but even with his particular case coming up on April 25th, when he first came on the scene in Stone Mountain, I'm sorry, it was before that. It was actually the Ahmaud Arbery situation. He's the one that got that whole case to be looked into to bring forth charges. Now, once that happened, of course, whenever somebody black steps up in our community, instead of white people coming to whatever defense or coming to an attack, they send our own to attack us. And there was a lot of voices that were put out on YouTube and put out on other media platforms to go against this brother. And one thing I appreciate is the fact that the Nation of Islam put this brother and his organization, the NFAC, in the Final Call newspaper twice. Now, I know for a fact, because I'm in the nation, that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan agrees and confirms and approves every story that is put into the Final Call newspaper because he reads it. You know what I'm saying? And if he reads it, that means it's in there, which means there is some truth. And he respects this brother and what he has done. You know what I'm saying? Do we have anything that we could pull up on Grandmaster Jay real quick, son?
What would that be?
Something most recent pertaining to his case. Because I know right now, you know, like his case has been trumped up. Like everything has been false. All his charges are false.
Right. Hold on. I think we should just, you know, stay on the Sophia for a little longer.
Yeah, I'm going back to that, but I'm just tie that into how whenever our voice gets blasted, where we speaking truth to power, you know, they want to silence us. And like Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, like Sophia Stewart, like Grandmaster Jay, like Kwame Brown, like Vicky Dillard, like all of these individuals who have voices, Brother Reza, Brother Ben X, they took Brother Ben X's YouTube channel down. And all this brother
I saw that.
Yeah, and all he was doing was just showing how we can obtain land. Like, he wasn't saying anything derogatory, no disrespect, not even disrespecting no people at all. He was just showing and proving how we can become owners of land, brother. I mean, that's it. And they wiped out his whole channel. You know what I'm saying? So when we have voices being heard and speaking to the spirituality of Black people and uplifting Black people, they try to silence us, either by murder, either by whitewashing, or erasing out of the history books, like they did, what they try to do to Sophia Stewart. They took a whole, they took a whole story, man, and just made it their own.
Right. I'm happy we had her on the show to bring some clarity. We were able to ask our questions about the topic, but I was questionable about it, but honestly, I didn't even have to speak to her. By the time I had finished reading, well, honestly, I didn't have to finish reading the book. I knew by like the first 10 a couple pages that whoever wrote this is the writer of the first three Matrices. And yeah, I didn't need to hear her speak about it, but you know what I'm saying, I'm thankful that she was on here to for our viewers that had not read the book yet and don't know the full story. And you guys can go back and see the difference in ability to answer questions about the Matrix. Because we had the Wachowskis, their interview. I think 2 or 3 episodes ago.
Absolutely.
And we have our episode with our interview with Sister Sophia. So if you just compare the two, you can obviously see who the true creator of that masterpiece is. And like you said, it's a shame that it was, stolen from her, and then not only stolen from her, her name was erased from the credits and the ownership of what she made.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's the same pattern, pretty much. A leopard bless you, son. A leopard doesn't change its spots. You know what I'm saying? What they did to our strong voices back in the days, assassinating the character, assassinating the individual themselves, putting charges on them, throwing them in jail or prison, or even assassinating the character, like I said, or putting our own against us.
Right.
You know what I mean? These are tactics in which we've seen it before. And for some reason, we keep following, some of us continue following the same script. And we put and castrate doubt on those voices that speaks louder than our own and talks to the power that be, and look them dead in the eye and call them out. And we have some in our own community that say, "Oh, hey, don't do that. You're wrong. You used to do this when you was younger." Like, we can't I mean, look what they did to Ice Cube, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it doesn't just stop with just our sister. You know what I'm saying? This has been going on for years, son. Years. You know what I mean? And it stops today. It stops yesterday. It stops now. You know what I'm saying? It has to, man. You gotta wake up.
Word.
Here.
Sophia had, you know, announced on our show that she's gonna be coming out with a animation for like a, you know what I'm saying, for a true representation of the book, right?
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, me and you had a conversation I think a couple days ago off air about I had let you know that, you know, Damon Dash, he has his own streaming platform now.
Right.
So basically his own
that's right.
his own Netflix, his own HBO Max. And he's focused on, you know what I'm saying, bringing black entertainment to the forefront, making sure it's something that actually is a clear representation of what we want to see. So I, you know what I'm saying, me and you had a discussion about, you know what I'm saying, hopefully Damon Dash, if you're out there, reach out to us so then we can reach out to Sophia to get that working, because that would be a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that seems to be what the movement and direction that we've taken is, just self sufficiency. So you know what I'm saying, we're tired of knocking on the door.
We're not knocking.
We're just gonna go in our own room, you know.
But that's not. We're not knocking on nobody else's door. That's the crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's time that we build something. We build our own door. Why we keep knocking at somebody else's door trying to enter into their home?
It's because it's confusing. It's because we built it, but we don't have any ownership of it.
Right.
So,
that like, means
so now we got to build our own for ourselves.
The heck with that, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Hey, Pops, I have you were speaking about Grandmaster Jay earlier and Ahmaud Arbery. I have I guess like he spoke about that discussion. Did you want to play that for a bit?
Please, man. By all means, let's give respect where respect is due. Fair use.
I'll go ahead and get that pulled up for us.
Take your time. Not too much time.
Yeah.
And if y'all don't know who Grandmaster Jay is by now, you ever heard the NFAC? If you don't know who the NFAC is by now, you need to do some research, man. All right.
The only Grandmaster Jay of the NFAC.
I'm up in the building.
You up in the building again, man.
Fair use.
It's ironic that I'm up in the building again. What's going on, Chuck? What's going on, all hip hop? What's going on, people? But this is the part where I get to say, I told you so.
Okay.
And a year later.
Yes.
I told you so. When everybody else said, you know, we were crazy, we was over the top, that we was making stuff up. Anybody who follows allhiphop.com remembers that I gave one interview to one media outlet the very next day after we came back from Brunswick, after we had just physically left the place.
Mhm.
The truck was still in the driveway. The video didn't make sense. And we
Right.
knew there was more to it.
Yeah.
And you were the first ones we gave the interview to. And I remember what you said. You said, well, this would be the turning point. You know, in incidents like that, if these people were even charged. We were not convicted,
Right.
but charged.
Right.
So yes, I'm not one to say I told you so.
Right.
But a lot of people, and I'm not, I'm gonna keep it honest on your show. A lot of people have come to me and said, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you and a handful of y'all that broke quarantine,
Fair use.
remember we were in quarantine then. Everybody was saying, people want to act like we wasn't in quarantine.
Yeah,
we were all locked down, and we
That's
were
right.
seeing these things in our house while we was locked down under pressure with the mask on, didn't trust the person. Y'all remember how it was? If somebody went, everybody, whoa.
Right.
That's where we was at that time. So for us to break quarantine,
I remember that day.
it was already 2 months old. When we found out about it, it was already 60 days old, and it was business as usual. But then when we saw the tape, that was the last straw.
That was it.
That was it. And a lot of people have called. They said, don't get mad at me for repeating what other people have said. But when people called me and said, we know who the brothers and sisters was that went down there and said, hey, what about this? Okay, and did it in such a fashion that it got the attention that everybody who touched it, and, there's been some type of legal retribution, but a lot of people don't realize that also was the moment that galvanized the start of our movement.
Hey, Pops, real quick. For the viewers that are out there watching, can you let them know what he's specifically speaking about?
Absolutely. Well, when the Ahmaud Arbery situation was exposed, it was later, meaning that he was already murdered. And the prosecutor or the DA in Georgia didn't go ahead and press charges on anybody. Nobody. I mean, it was just a black man who got murdered. And this was before the tape, I believe, that was released. And what Grandmaster Jay did and members of the NFAC, they went to Brunswick, to where the neighborhood Ahmaud Arbery was murdered, and demanded that the DA for Georgia, whoever, I forgot what her name was, but she actually received charges now. She has been charged for misconduct, and the NFAC is the one who initiated the start of those charges to be brought against those individuals who were later found guilty of murder. The father, the son, and the neighbor.
Correct.
All right. So that means that man is responsible for the charges that were brought against those individuals. That's what.
And so when Mr. Grandmaster Jay was saying, "I didn't want to tell you so, but I told you so." What was that reference to?
That something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. You know what I mean? That there was a black man murdered and no charges. Nothing. I mean, I think people forgot, you know what I mean, that whole scenario and how it played out. You know what I mean? There was a black man, all we heard was that was a black man that got killed. That's it. While jogging or running through a neighborhood, you know what I mean? And that was it. You know, and if that was the story told, then nobody disputed it. You know what I'm saying? Let alone went down to Brunswick, you know what I mean, armed, because that's what happened. Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC went down there armed, walked through the neighborhood of that town and confronted whoever was out there that did it, because you know what I'm saying, and got some sort of justice started for Ahmaud Arbery. Okay, so if it wasn't for him in the NFAC, brother, son, you know, nothing would have ever occurred. No charges would have been brought, and Ahmaud Arbery would not have been justified. You know, his murder would not have came to justice.
Wow. The
Yeah.
more you know. Shout outs to Grandmaster Jay for, you know what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
his group for bringing this to light. And,
Right. But not only that, but
doing
only
what
that
they did,
too,
for sure.
but also with the Breonna Taylor situation. You know what I'm saying? It was him and the NFAC that came to Louisville, or went to Louisville, and brought, you know, some sort of justice for her. Unfortunately, she didn't receive it, but he still got that, you know, the whole, you know, situation uprooted and jump-started for her to receive some sort of justice. And, you know, even though she received, her family received a settlement, you know what I mean, to repay for the mistake that they made, so-called, you know, if it wasn't for Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But now they have because of all of his interference, you know what I'm saying, and doing what he has done, and along with the NFAC, is now that they are a militia, now they have, you know, applied some bogus charges on him, claiming that he pointed a weapon at police officers or at a security or a police officer on a roof, which was total false. But because of those charges put on him, he's now silenced and pretty much taken off of social media. Like, I've never heard of that before. Like, you take away somebody's right to speech, you know, just for a charge. Like, he can't right now, today, go on YouTube or go on Instagram and start talking. He can't.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So,
and like you said, this is the same gentleman that helped in the Breonna Taylor case and the Aubrey case.
Yes, and that's not by mistake, man. Like, you know, I mean, putting those false charges on it. Because like I said, a leopard doesn't change its spots. You know what I'm saying? They want to use or make up some bogus stuff to put on our loud voices to silence them, and then use us to assassinate their character. You know what I mean? It's the same scenario, man. And you know what happened with Dr. Martin Luther King, what happened to, you know, Marcus Garvey, you know, Malcolm X, what happened to Minister Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? What's going on right now with Sophia Stewart? You know what I mean? Some don't believe her still because, you know, they say, oh, she's not really, yo, man, it's always some sort of doubt, but it's never backed by proof. Show and prove. You make a claim, prove it. Don't just say it, prove it. I mean, look what happened with Donald Trump. Everything he said, now the fact check. You got to fact check everything now that everybody said. If you don't do that, then you're not doing nobody any justice, nor yourself. And then you just like saying, I accept whatever this individual says, and that's it. I'm gonna go with it. Do your own research, fact check. That's all. And make that person who cast a claim against somebody else prove it. Prove it. I've been spoken, evil upon myself. Has it been proven? No. Prove it. Son, I'm pretty sure somebody said something about you in the past. Have they proven it to be true? No. Your reputation precedes you. Okay, and I always tell you this. Be peaceful. When you step into somebody's presence, be peaceful. When you leave their presence, leave in peace. That way, they won't have anything bad to say about you. When it comes down to now your character, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
When it comes down to your character, your reputation, or your past experiences with people, that's what a reputation is. How they think of you matters. You know what I'm saying? When you go to court for a driving offense, what's the first thing the judge does?
Pull up your record.
Pull up your record. You know what I mean? Have you been found guilty of doing this offense before? Because if you were, you more than likely committed the act again. You know? So that means your reputation follows you. Your record follows you. You know what I'm saying? So always protect yourself by just being peaceful. And nobody, even though somebody may say something, can it be proven? Can you prove it? That's the main thing.
Or, another thing that that really interests me, and I got to, by the grace of God, gratefully I got to speak to Sophia Stewart about it, was her the way she was able to articulate the human experience so well in her writing and in her work that made it to the big screen.
Revelation.
Yeah, and I just wanted to speak on the fact that how after talking with her, you realize this is how she was able to articulate it, because she is of it. When we had the conversation with her, she was very knowledgeable in things that me and you are aware of, and then even bring it to light some things that we didn't even know, So it's just it was amazing to me to see that, and then explain to me, and it convinced me that there's no doubt that she is the creator of the Matrix. If she was lying, I feel comfortable enough saying that I would have been able to sense that. I didn't get that from her. I got honesty. She was genuine. She was giving us more information than we were asking for, which she didn't have to tell us everything she told us. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, like we said earlier, you know what I mean? We didn't even have to ask her too much of anything.
Right.
Because everything we had to ask her, she was telling us. Like, she knew the questions before it was even asked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like she said, she's been on thousands of interviews, and
right.
So I'm sure every question that could be asked has been. Right. So,
but one thing I gotta add into that I don't think anybody else knows or is aware of, because it was only told to us. And that is, out of all of those interviews, over 4,000, that she said, right? Out of all of those interviews, you and I were the only ones that had her books before the interview and read those books.
Word. She did say that.
She said that, man. That resonates. You know what I mean? To somebody who is the artist, the original creator of something. And you actually read it and then interviewed her and asked questions pertaining to those books. You know how that makes somebody feel? Where in the past, nobody, and she mentioned a lot of major platforms that she was on. CNN, BET, you know what I'm saying? Ellen. And they never read or had a copy of her books. Except You and I, son. That says something. That says something. That made me feel honored. You know what I mean? That put a lot of respect on not just us, but it showed how we respected her. You know what I mean? It displayed a respect of honor, man. You know, and you know, I know a lot of people are like, yo, how did you get her on the show? Like, where, you know, how, right?
All right.
So, should I disclose the secret?
No.
All right.
No. I mean, even if you did, they still wouldn't get it, you know?
I mean, you know, would they believe me? Because
No.
it's you know how we are, man. You know.
Man. But you know, I have stories, other stories like this. You know what I'm saying? Me and you both know this is the only time something like this has happened in our lives.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I've been in the case of telling someone about the story.
Right.
You know, like, yo, this dude's making this shit up. Like, you know, like,
watch your language, man. Watch your language.
Yeah. But like,
you know?
no way, man. Nah, yeah. That is how it went. This didn't happen. No. Yeah. I mean, if you want to share, yeah, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna be confused.
Yo, man,
they're gonna be like, yeah, but still, how?
I'm going with your first answer, son.
Word.
You know what I mean? Your first answer says it all. So no, I won't tell you.
Just tell them. Just tell them when they ask. Just tell them when they ask. It's the juice. That's it. Right. I can't tell you what's in the juice. It's just juice.
That'll be between us, me, and you, and her, and a lot. That's what.
Absolutely.
That's what.
Word.
But it's all relevant, man. You know what I mean? And
you said the secret right there.
Well, if somebody want to rewind what I said and try to catch it, you know what I mean? But I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will. But you know, back, you know, it's amazing, man. You know what I mean? To have her here still with us. You know what I mean? The likes of her. The likes of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know, it's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to have your great grandmother still with us. You know what I mean? In 2022. You know? Think about that, man. Your grandmother's 94, your great grandmother's 94 years old. Years young, excuse me. You know? That's you know, to have these individuals still in our midst, in our presence, the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience, you know, and the youth are not other than you. There's youth out here that are not looking at these individuals as more than just a man, a woman. You know what I mean? They're not looking at them for who they really, truly are and proving themselves to be. And one day soon, they're going to recognize and realize and come to acknowledge that, wow, they were actually in our midst. And I didn't show or see who they truly were.
Right.
So it's too late. You better wake up, man. You better wake up. Indeed.
Word.
Better
and just real quick, I just want to say out to our viewers out there that are watching the show, that if you guys want a chance to be on the show, just like we've had our previous guests, feel free to reach out to me or my pops. We'll discuss it with you. And what we want on the show are people that we like-minded people that we've had on the show as so far up to now. Those that are able to give our viewers a point of reference, a point of perspective that they haven't seen themselves, that they can grow from.
Right.
And so, you know what I'm saying, for our
Qualified.
viewers that could be out there that are watching, and you know what I'm saying, if you have something that it's worth sharing, we are the platform for you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Pops, we're trying to make this about the people, about connecting people that are from my generation, from my demographic, and
Right.
bridging them with your demographic,
Right.
and bridging them with Sophia's demographic and our other guests that we've had on here.
Right.
Just trying to bring people together so we can have discussions that are
Right.
are constructive and will get us somewhere, you know.
Absolutely.
And I think so far we've been succeeding in that, and
Right.
just want that to continue.
And it just will, man. You know, I have somebody in line that just confirmed or agreed to come on, and that's a brother who's in the nation with myself, brother Tariq, and he has his own podcast, which I was a guest on his podcast on the 31st of December of last year, the STEM Files, and this brother is
Where you let me know about that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this brother is well educated in health, so you know, stay tuned for that. Indeed. Now we're going to have a brother, because we definitely honored the sisters. that's the only guest we had on our show. You know what I mean? With sisters. So you know, we're just spreading more love to our community by putting them, sharing their information, their knowledge on our platform, man. You know, this is not the drama show. This is not, we're going to talk about so-and-so, in a negative way. You know what I mean? We got enough of that already, man. And, it's tiresome. You know what I'm saying? Can we just, bridge gaps, minds together, man? You know what I mean? Enough with the foolishness. We got the drama already. We know how to dispute with each other. We know how to argue with each other. We know how to, talk smack to each other. We do a great job at it.
All right.
Okay, well, what else is there about us? Come on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Hey, Pops, what I'll do before we end the show is play another record of mine before we get out of here. But before I do that, I wanted to talk real quick about the record we played last episode. You know what I'm saying? And let's talk about it. How'd you feel about it?
Oh,
the bend the knee.
Smoking.
Word.
Smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your flow, nice flow there. You know what I mean?
Word.
Coming
Definitely.
from a hip hop, I'm a hip hop head, man. You know what I'm saying? And to see you flourishing and perfecting your craft. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, son. And I always told you, man, whatever you want to do in your life, man, choose what it is and work on it. Till you are a master at it.
Word.
You know what I mean? And you're improving, you're getting better.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy because, you know what I'm saying, I have you as an influence in the music you grew up listening to. But then, living in Virginia, that's a totally different sound than living in New York.
Right.
But I had that as well. And now living in Florida, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting the opportunity to pick up the sound that's here. And I you know what I'm saying, I hope through my music people can hear how different it is, I'm trying to appeal to, the lyrical side, but at the same time embracing the new age of hip hop that we have out now, and
man,
having fun with it.
the key to success is originality, son. Just remember that, man. It's not to copy somebody else's work, somebody else's style. We see where that could end up with Sophia Stewart. You copy it, and it ain't gonna work out for you in the long run. Trust me. You know what I mean? Be original, man. No more biting. You know what I mean? That's the word back in the day. You know what I mean? Stop biting. You know what I mean? Indeed.
I'm still here, Pops. I think my camera just disconnected.
The camera went off? Yeah. Is it raining out there in Florida? Oh, we be back. But Yo, YouTube. We got the phone call. We actually spoke with. Where you at, Ray? All right, son.
I don't know what happened.
I was just about to say that we spoke with Sophia Stewart after the show, and she wants to come back on. She said it. I believe her, and she will. So stay tuned for that date. Stay tuned for the date of Brother Tariq Muhammad, the STEM Files, coming on and blessing our podcast as well. So we got some big things coming up, man. So just stay tuned.
Word.
Stay tuned. Like,
And
share.
so, yeah. So, and if you haven't gotten Sophia's books yet, again, the first one's called The Third Eye. The second one is called The Evolution of
Consciousness. Come on, son.
And if you want to know more about her, there's a book out, The Mother of the Matrix. So you guys are out there, y'all definitely need to read up on her and who she is and her contribution to the world we live in today. Like, this was all stems from her mind. So
you can't reference a movie talking about the world and saying, the world's like the Matrix, and you don't know the mind in which that originated from. I'm gonna just put the disclaimer out there, okay? If you don't know who wrote the Matrix, then don't reference the Matrix speaking about the future, speaking about the relevancy of the Matrix and today. You don't know, truly, if you don't know the mind and where it came from. And it wasn't a movie before it was a book. It was reverse. Book, then movie.
As it always is.
Movie. Harry Potter book, Harry Potter movie. Lord of the Rings book, Lord of the Rings movie. Yes, sir.
Word. All right, Pops, anything you want to add before we go ahead and get out of here and play the track to lead us out?
And we said it all, son. Pretty much. But we still riding high on last week's episode. And I just want to say this one thing too, man. We're not taking her presence for granted. It wasn't, an ego trip to feed, our egos or, ha, we got her on our show. It's not like that. Okay. We're actually, just overwhelmed with joy and respect that this great mind had the okay and come on our platform and just bless us. You know what I mean? That's what we're showing. We're just showing gratitude and blessings to her because she didn't have to come on our show. And we know that. You know what I mean?
I just want to say from that episode, thank you to the viewers out there. I know, what I'm saying, Pops, we had been pushing it before we actually got on with her.
Yeah,
we've been trying our best to push it to get it out there.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank again you guys that have been watching the show and had watched that episode. Right. You guys, definitely showed out and showed your support. That episode alone has more grossing views than any other episode that we've had before. More trending, the most comments I've ever seen. But we had so many comments, I actually couldn't get to them all, unfortunately.
Right.
But
indeed,
that it was a blessing. It was a blessing. So again, we thank Sophia, and not only Sophia, we thank the viewers for tuning in to, open your own eyes to who she is.
And the people who haven't seen it, man, go watch it again. If you was on a live that night, Saturday night, go watch it again, man, because there's something in there that you can always say, you know what, I missed that. And, just watch it again. 2 hours, man. 2 hours that she spent with us. But the best 2 hours, come on, man.
It flew by. It felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's sometimes, time sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like
there is no time.
Yeah.
Not when you're having fun and you're getting nothing but knowledge, wisdom, and guidance and understanding. There is no time. There is no time.
Absolutely.
But shout out to Sophia Stewart.
Shout out to Sophia Stewart.
Tags
Again,
Healthy
guys.
Wellness.
Yep.
I just want a shameless plug with Tags Healthy Wellness. We're back open tomorrow. Come get your meal replacement shake. Come get your tea to boost your energy.
What's the shake of the day for tomorrow?
Shake of the day tomorrow, strawberry cheesecake. Back once again.
Yum. Nah, that's real good.
Back once
Word.
again. All right.
Word.
So 117 Junction Drive, Tags Healthy Wellness Living. Come see me.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Pops. Later, in our later podcast, send me the online link because people can order your product from the website.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably too late now, but I'll send it to you now.
Word, do that, and we'll make sure we promote that later on in the future for sure.
Always, man, always. You know what I mean?
Word. So yeah, guys, this episode, like every other episode, has been presented to you by Tags Healthy Wellness and New Africa Records, and those just happen to be owned by me and my pops.
Yeah, we're bosses, man.
Bosses, and that's how we move.
We're bosses. You know what I'm saying? We only work because we want to. You know? That's all. But other than that, man, we're bosses first. Not bosses doesn't mean a dictator. You know what I mean? We don't have employees. We have partners. All right? That's elite.
Word.
The show improved, man.
Elite.
Absolutely. Yo, Nick, shout out, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Nick. Always showing love.
Shout out to your sisters, Aaliyah, Trishay, Damon, Zaire, all my children, my extended, Caleb, Legend. Love y'all.
Love you too, Pops.
Love you too.
All right, viewers. Well, that's been another episode of TwoTreys podcast. We appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. And we'll be back again soon. All right, Pops. Yes, sir.
Yo, look. Yo, son.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that. Yeah.
The red and the blue pill. Red and blue.
It wasn't. I swear, it was an accident. We did not record.
Shout out to Nick.
Yo, this is what Pops. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If we were to tell people this, they would not believe you. Like, no, we did. I swear to you, we did not plan this. I had on mine. He had on his.
Yo, man.
And that's how the world works.
Divine.
At least in my world.
Everything's divine, man.
Word.
Everything happens because it's supposed to happen. There's no such thing as coincidences. No such thing as accidents. You know what I mean? What's meant to happen will occur.
Just blessings and lessons.
Whether you like it or not.
Word.
That's just the way it is. Tupac. We out of here, man. Enjoy your Thursday night, man. Love you, son.
Sir. Love you too, Pops. You have a great night.
Play that track, man.
Yes, sir. And I can't wait till the next episode for us. Word.
Absolutely, son. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Peace and love. Salute everybody in YouTube world. Peace and love. Till next episode.
Word.
All this shit that's for me. What they did was for us. What they did wasn't free, but they did it for free. All the shit they made up, all the shit that they did, yeah, they didn't break up. All the shit they went through, all the shit that they been through, yeah, you know what I'm talking. I'm talking about our family. I'm talking about the ones that loved us. I'm talking about the ones that really loved us. The ones that really love you. They went through oceans and shit. Deep emotions that kill, that shit that is just so real. Wicked games that they played on us. I'm talking the fuss, I'm stepping the fuck it up, cause that's what God gave to us at least. I just wanna say my piece before I leave these streets gone. Dead under 6 feet on ways. All this winters that'll be gone. All these times that I won't be able to say the things that may change the ways for my seed and the things they go through. Oh my gosh, I go in so hard. I go in, I'll go in, I'll drive my car in on them. Whatever it would take to see the end of this. No, I really can't pretend, cause I ain't cool with most of them, cause most of them can't understand what's happening to me. Now we ain't taking no chances, all we want is success, so we wish you your best. Oh, please, goddamn, move out the way, baby, yeah, this is new sway, new fit is suit the new way. Oh, please. We not taking no chances with the enemy. Goddamn, you ain't no friend of me. Got the way out silly be. Taking the beeline to the way to the honey. I'm talking M-O-N-E-Y. This shit gonna make you cry. I know I understand. To see me do my thing, make you hurt. Understand. Right, yeah, you should've just stayed with me. You should've just held my back. You should've just played safety. Oh, please. You don't know how to play for team. You just play for what you dream. You don't know how to live to eat. Now it's a cut to your spleen. You bleeding out, your jeans bloody. Look at you, look muddy. All of you look funny. You sit on sidelines. Now you was talking your shit. I wanna hear it right now. Oh, please. Shut the fuck, let me do my thing. Watch my luck up, crank up now. Watch me flip and do my thing. Oh, please. You wasn't with me from the beginning. Now you want my butt in this. Nah, none of that. I ain't giving out no dividends. I ain't taking safe risks. Don't reach out with fake gifts. Oh, please.